You couldn't hear that conversation. That's why we turned the microphones off so I can rant and rave about my golf game. Gerard Fischer, Matt Horn, how are we doing today, gentlemen?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
I'm excited. I've heard, and I just told you guys this, I've heard nothing but great things about the new firehouse. How's everything going so far?
It turned out better than expected.
It is.
It really did.
Even when you walk in right now, it's still surreal. You can't believe that this has happened.
Well, it was a needed thing, to really combine those two that are a little bit further apart and bring everybody under one roof. And I'm sure the morale's actually probably gone up, too, with that happening.
I think having the camaraderie of everybody being together will be a great asset to the guys.
Yeah.
That's what we did it all for, is for the guys on the front line. So.
And those two other buildings have been outdated. I mean, they're 60 years old. They served their time. I mean, you have to remember that these firefighters, 1/3 of their life is spent in the firehouse. So you got to make good accommodations for them.
And I think the accommodations are pretty darn good. If you ask me, just seeing that tour and the video tour that we got to see a little bit inside. This weekend, Saturday at 10 a.m.,
10 a.m.
you can have the opportunity to go see this for yourself. Fill me in on the details. This is fun. This is an exciting time for Godfrey.
It is. This is a number of years culminating in tomorrow. It's just fantastic.
Right. They have a nice training room with all the high tech, everything in there. I mean, before when Chief and Chief's doing a fantastic job there.
Yes, he is.
When the Chief would do his training, they did their training in the bays. Where they'd have to pull the fire trucks out and do training.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a classroom and everything where they could do training there, and big monitor and TV screen and whatever. It's they're up to date.
Well, and Gerard, you hit it on a great point with the 1/3, because my brother's a firefighter in East Dalton. He's been a firefighter forever, and I kind of got to see firsthand whenever I was coming back in just how busy the life can get, and to have those accommodations to make sure we're all under one roof, we all have the things to make you comfortable until you get the call is really a needed thing. It really needed a commodity that the old ones didn't have.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I love it. I mean, I just think it's really cool. And the building itself, who did the construction on this?
SM Wilson.
It really looks nice. I mean, it looks clean.
And the good thing was, too, some of the contractors we got in the area were local contractors, too. So that was a big plus for us.
That's huge.
We just had a winning team on the whole project. We had FGM Architects, Wilson do as the GC, and then we had North Star Management overseeing the construction project. Gerard and I aren't necessarily versed in building $8 million projects.
Right.
No. and then plus, too, if we see a fire, we go the other way.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here. Hairspray's flammable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We were smart enough to know we were in over our heads, so we brought in the experts, and they just knocked it out of the park.
In a total, how many years was this process? Because I know you said this goes back a long way. I know it does.
Oh, we started the bond issue, 4 or 5 years ago, right when I started my term, and then got the bond passed thanks to the citizens of Godfrey and the village and everything. It was a long process, and that's why right now it's just surreal. And the thing is we did the groundbreaking, I believe, in the middle of February of last year.
I remember that, yeah.
And they moved in March 1.
I forgot about
that. Was a year.
I forgot about that. I thought when you said that, like a light bulb went off, but I thought, man, this building's been taking 2 or 3 years. No. This was quick.
It was months, not years.
Yeah.
Literally.
It went quick.
Really a special thanks to the Village of Godfrey for all the assistance they've given us. We did a agreement with them on firehouses and whatnot, and the foresight that the mayor and the board of trustees saw at the time to make this deal happen.
Right. And to utilize that property, if you remember, it was the highway house.
Yep.
And so we turned that into something that looks nice.
You're right.
We repurposed the site.
Exactly.
Which is huge. We didn't go out of the outskirts to, like vacant ground. We repurposed a site in the Godfrey business corridor.
Right. Well, perfect. And too, like you said, what else was going to be done there? There was a lot of things that needed to happen with that property, and this is the best step forward.
It makes sense because, if the main arteries of Godfrey are like a V, we don't have that road that goes across that we talked about yet or whatever. But so, we're at the bottom point of the V to where, something happens up Delmar, they could shoot up. Something happens here, and the other thing is when those fire stations were built 60 years ago, I mean, technology has gotten better. The trucks are faster. The roads are better. I mean, so the response time shouldn't be that big of a issue.
No.
The great thing is that now when something happens, you got 4 guys that are showing up at one time versus 2, and then waiting on another 2, 5, 10 minutes
huge.
later.
The efficiencies, it's just, it can't be talked about enough. You know, it's the savings on operating one house versus 2. Like Gerard said, more importantly, having the manpower at a scene quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a win-win.
Well, also, too, to assist other municipalities, in case a
Correct.
box is called. I mean, that's a perfect spot because you can
Absolutely.
go up, rural, or you can go down to Alton or East Alton quick there.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, I don't know too many guys from other departments, but, we have an outstanding
We do.
department. We really do. The chief runs a great crew. They all bring their special talents to the table.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that you think they just go out and make calls. When they're in the firehouse, they're changing oil on the trucks, they're maintenance the trucks, they're doing this, doing that. They
training the new guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're doing everything.
Well, and filming in on their first couple of days in, did you get some good feedback right away? Was it just like, man, thank you guys so much? or could you tell without even having to ask?
I think we could tell with having to ask.
Right.
You know,
can
something
tell.
as simple as the new guys coming on the department, they're all in one house. So, if they're at Station 2, the chief didn't get to see them, whatnot. It's just more of a better way of running a department.
Absolutely.
Simply put.
Absolutely.
And then speaking of the open house, this is really cool. I like that you're making this for, kind of every age, where you have kids being able to go up, and see what's inside, but also the community, like you said earlier, pass the bond, go inside and see what you did.
See where your
money on.
Yeah, see where your money's going.
So how long does this last for on Saturday?
It'll be from 10 to noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, too, just a quick plug for the village again. After you go over and visit the firehouse, head on over to Glazebrook Park for the Extravaganza.
Absolutely.
21st annual one.
There
See
you
what I
go.
did there?
There you go.
There's a reason they pay me the small bucks here, Gerard.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what's all going to be a part of the open house? Is this going to be more of an informal kind of stroll through? Is there going to be tours?
Yeah, there'll be tours, throughout the whole thing. I mean, everybody will be able to go around. I think at 10:15, there's going to be some people saying some things. We have State Representative Amy Ellick going to be there. Mayor Mike McCormick will be there, say some things along with the chief and everything. So it'll be a good little welcome and thank you to the people that made this happen.
And take me through those conversations, because when you're proposing a new building, and especially one that was in one of the spots where a lot of conversations happened on what do we do with it. Take me through how those worked and those first couple of interactions when you said, why not propose a new firehouse and bring everyone together? Was there any hesitancy to that? Because to me, it's a no-brainer. It's yes, this needs to be done.
It kind of was a no-brainer. I mean, the topic was where would be the right location, and we're seeing the right location is right there, and we even had the chief and his staff, the firefighters. They helped sit down with the architects and help design.
That's really cool.
That was them.
Yeah.
Their involvement.
That's really cool.
You think about it, was 2 years ago. They passed the bond referendum.
Right.
And a lot of things happened quickly. And so many meetings. Our regular trustee meetings would be so much simpler now.
Oh,
because we're not
absolutely.
building a building. And it was a great experience.
Right.
It was great. It was so great to be part of. But like Gerard said, the firemen had input on how the house was designed and going to be utilized. They pushed for having 5 bays, and they got it.
Right.
Because they knew what they needed for their equipment needs. Who would know better than them? Gerard and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, we would have no idea.
Exactly.
We can't give them the input.
Well, and that's why I think you guys did this so right, because not here, but in other states, and when they build these type of projects, normally it's a consultant that goes, well, here's what they need. To have the firefighters say, here's what we need, is a totally different thing.
Right.
Yeah, we had a budget we wanted to stay within. Now, naturally, building costs went up, so we had to shuffle some eggs around. So, but we did. And,
we made it happen.
And we didn't cut back on the project. And the firemen basically told us what they wanted and needed, more importantly, and that's what they got.
It's just incredible.
And we'll find a way.
Yeah, we did.
incredible.
We did.
Well, I gotta ask you before we take a quick break, and we'll come back and keep talking. Is there any more to the fire protection district plan going forward? Is there anything else you're looking at doing after this massive building has been built? 14,000 square feet, by the way.
Oh, there's always something.
There's always something.
There's probably buying a major piece of apparatus to be the next thing on the docket. So we've we created another position on the department in the past year, added another full-time firefighter, which was desperately needed. So staffing-wise, I think we're in good shape for now. But, we have to have the equipment for these guys to do their job in a safe manner.
Well, and you're in a weird situation, too. The whole fire protection district is a whole industry because the way technology is now, tomorrow you could be outdated, you know. And,
absolutely.
So you have to stay up to date on all of that, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Right.
Man,
and our chief does a great job.
He does a great job.
And how's the mayor's support been on all this? Because every time I talk to him, he is so excited about the firehouse, just from start to finish. Has he been on board?
I think a lot of people think that the Village of Godfrey and the fire department are one entity, and they're not.
Yeah.
So they're two separate
Two different
entities.
taxing bodies.
But we value and we have a great relationship with the village and with Mayor Mike McCormick, and appreciate his vision and everything to help make this look successful.
I'm glad you pointed that out because not a lot of people do understand that, and that's why every time I would say something on the show, they go, "Well, of course he is." I'm like, "No, it's two different things."
No, we're our own entity,
right?
And it works.
I was right for once.
There you go.
10:38. We'll come back with Matt and Gerard. More of our daily show hits you next, right here on RiverBender.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got showing.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Sorry, I had to pay a bill. Matt, Gerard, back in studio. 11 months. 11 months for how much of a project was this? How much was the cost?
A little over $8 million.
A little over $8 million. Done in 11 months, and the car wash is still getting built. Matt, Gerard, I'm not saying you should get into the consulting business on building buildings, but I think they should call you. I'm just going to say that out loud.
Well, they call us, we call somebody else.
In order to be successful, you have to have people smarter than you.
Right. Better looking.
Well, you know, I got to say it, because for 3 weeks I've just been down in this thing, and it's just like, come on, man, I'm ready to get my car washed. Getting back to the firehouse, though, in all seriousness, What is this? They wouldn't tell me what it is, so I'm learning with you. What is this automatic shutoff?
Oh my goodness! And I didn't know what it was till we got involved in the project. So they're making their dinner, whatnot, and a call comes in. They go to their trucks, whatnot, rush out. All the kitchen shuts down automatically.
That's cool. I never even
Stove
thought
kicks
about that.
off. Everything kicks off.
Yeah.
Right. So the guys don't burn the firehouse down. So
I never even would have thought of that.
never heard of it.
So they're not driving away. They're like, "Hey, did you shut off that
chili? Come on.
Where's the rookie?
Yeah. No. Call comes in. They can't override it.
Yeah.
If only one unit's going out.
Right.
So they can't override that. But yeah, it's a safety feature. The nice thing about this house that we haven't touched on is the safety features built in.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, state of the art carbon monoxide, removal system. The shut off for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's a safe room for
Like tornadoes and
Right.
things?
tornadoes, whatnot. Yep. So there's so much. There's more than a garage with a couple bedrooms.
right?"
That was our joke. That's all we were building was a garage with a couple bedrooms, but a lot more to it than
Well,
that.
when you say state of the art, I mean you really mean state of the
Oh,
art. It's not,
it's
just
top notch.
Yeah, it's not an updated facade. I mean,
Yeah.
there's something
and,
to
and,
this.
and the camera system and the security and everything around it, everything is up to notch.
No, I don't know if our 618 drone individual is listening today, but we were talking about something. So fill me in on how this works when they test the engines out.
So every morning their shift, if you ever driven by there about 7:30 in the morning or so, anytime between 7 and 8, they always move the trucks out front and they do inspections. They turn on all the lights. So there's usually 3 or 4 fire trucks out there with their lights on and everything going around just so they make sure everything's working right. But, the way the fire station is located, from the north you're going downhill and coming up from the south, from Quick Trip you're going down a hill. So everybody sees that and you see a lot of traffic slowing down at that point because you don't know if they're pulling out or not.
Right.
Right.
So it confuses a lot of people, but it's really, after it was built and everything, it's kind of neat to see that. You can see that from a distance and see the fire trucks out there.
You can see that instead of looking at a derelict property.
Exactly.
Vast improvement.
I mean, that was rough.
It was really rough.
Someone that might know about that derelict property a little bit more is the guy that has an office right across from it. I do got to ask you, do you ever look back or think back when you look at the firehouse now and go, God, 6 years ago, I was looking at this monstrosity, and look what we were able to accomplish.
Right.
Every day we went to our offices because we're blocked apart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You are right next to each other.
Right.
Sorry, Matt.
We got them squeezed in. Yeah. So we got an eye on them now.
On both sides.
Yeah. We can see what time Chief shows up for work in the morning.
But you're right, though, Matt. I mean, just driving by that was kind of deflating because you'd look over and go, God, what are they going to do with that? And now to have this to where it's actually benefiting the community and surrounding communities is huge.
Absolutely. Because, from a business owner's standpoint, it's part of the business corridor. And it's just another peg in the plank,
Absolutely.
I think it's a great asset for everything.
I think it's a good entryway, too. If anyone's coming in that way to Godfrey Road and goes past it, and maybe the first time they're maybe looking at a spot to have a commercial property,
Right.
when you see that fire department or firehouse, that gives you a little bit more peace of mind, too, and a little bit more of a welcome into the area, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. The way, going back to FGM Architects, their design team, with, the artwork they put on the building, like you said, it looks sharp, and it really looks sharp at night.
It does.
It's the building's lit up properly. It's just really, really an asset.
I was already seeing that the firefighters were in there doing classes or some type of training seminar with Ameren, and that I assume is something they probably had a little bit more difficult time doing in 2 separate houses too.
Absolutely, because one team would have to, 2 guys would have to move and go to the other fire station and do that, but now they're all there under one roof.
Yeah,
and
they're going to be hosting their first multi-agency training
Whoa.
coming up.
Really?
Soon. Yeah. The chief told us about the last trustee meeting, so it's great. It's getting put to use.
In other communities,
Right,
utilizing.
exactly.
Right.
Right.
And that's what I just think's really cool about this. I know we talked about, down the road maybe an apparatus, apparati if we want to use, get multiple. That's, would be cool too.
Right.
I don't know what the
Right.
books look like, but always good to protect our first responders by having the top-notch equipment.
Right.
And
Sure.
For any incoming firefighter too, I mean, that's a call to action to bring in more. We can't have enough firefighters and
can't.
first responders.
Right now, and you have, the young men and women that are in their 20s or whatever right now, and they don't know what to do with their career. I mean, if you look at the other two fire stations, they're like, I don't know if I want to work there or not.
Right.
But now you see this, it's like, wow.
It's
I want to
exciting.
be a firefighter.
Yeah.
The only thing they didn't get with this house, they didn't get a pole.
There's no pole.
No pole.
pole.
Oh, dang it.
I know.
I always wanted to try one of those. I tried one once, but not at a firehouse.
All one level living.
Glad you said that.
Yeah.
I had to keep us all safe in the room. I'll
Right,
take the bullet
right.
on this one. But it's all one level, too. And that's actually a really cool and benefit layout, I could only imagine, because you're all there and it's no different than a ranch if something happens in an emergency.
Sure.
Getting out the door quick to go.
Right.
It's just an efficient building the way it's laid out with the offices on one side, the living quarters on one side, and it's just all tied in together perfectly.
And as we're talking here about Saturday, you said State Rep Alex going to be there, and,
Correct.
and who else would be in attendance?
Mayor Mike McCormick, and then the chief, and of course all the trustees and all the firefighters that could make it, and former firefighters, retired firefighters, commissioners.
Really cool.
We're
Yeah.
hoping a lot of the citizens come out.
I hope so too, because this is your guys' project. I mean,
it's their project.
Yeah.
It's their project. They paid for it.
Exactly,
Right.
and for all the times we go, well, why are the roads bumpy, and why is this happening, and why are the potholes there? And you hear me every morning saying that about the town I live in. Is the fact that you put this to great use. This was a tax-funded thing that was needed to be done, and celebrate that, and come out and be a team, and go out there.
And
Right.
it passed on the first vote, so I
Right.
think everybody knew
Right.
that it was a needed project, and we're just thankful that the community stepped up.
I mean, you don't build a firehouse every day. I mean, so this is a once in a lifetime thing for us. I mean,
Yeah.
And I was really kind of thrilled to be part of it.
Yeah,
It was great.
exciting.
It really was.
That's what I was going to ask you too, because you're always doing a bunch in the community and doing different things. But in terms of uniqueness, is this probably the most unique community
is.
project?
Oh yeah,
It is
I would
by
think.
far.
I would
by
think
far.
so.
You know,
Absolutely.
it turned out fantastic. Now, if it hadn't, we'd be the scapegoats.
Yeah.
Whatnot. But, the good Lord
True.
smiled upon us, and we had a great team, and it just turned out perfect.
Right.
It really did. Every citizen should be extremely proud of our firehouse.
I think so.
Absolutely. And if you're just tuning in on April the 6th, that's tomorrow. This week is just flying.
I know, it
It's
is.
like
It is.
weird. We're like blacked out on Tuesday, and here we are. 10 a.m., grab the family and check out the brand new firehouse. State-of-the-art, literally state-of-the-art firehouse. And you can see everything that's inside, some great amenities. Plus, what kid does not like a fire truck?
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Bring the kids. Bring the kids. Don't climb on them.
And for any more information about the firehouse, any of that information, where can we direct people? What's the proper website?
GodfreyFire.com. Yeah,
Perfect.
Exactly. And that's one thing, they didn't change their phone number. It's still 911.
He'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Well, while I have you, what else are you guys working on? How's the insurance business doing?
It's crazy, but it's good. It's good.
You are a great agent. I just want to
Thank
say
you,
that.
thank you.
My rates are still very similar, and I'm very happy.
There you go.
Matt, how's the real estate
Oh, it's
business?
booming.
You guys are kicking ass.
Not enough
Yeah.
inventory. I mean, it's tough for home buyers right now, but we're helping them as best we can. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I just love having you guys on. I always tell you 15
love being
minutes,
here.
and then, 27 minutes later, here we are still
Right,
chatting away.
right.
But you are invited. This is, like we said, a little bit nonchalantly, but seriously, this was for Godfrey residents and citizens that vote. You guys voted on this measure. Now it's time to celebrate how a $8 million firehouse that's over 14,000 square feet got built in 11 months and is already helping our first responders.
It is.
And in the next 3 years, we'll have this same conversation for the car wash. 10:50. With that being said, Matt, Gerard, anything left to talk about?
No, thank you for having
thanks
us.
For
No,
having
I
us.
always love chatting it up.
All right.
10 minutes left in the hour, and we got to take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the week that was right here on our daily show on RiverBender.com.